Welcome guys to Watches with Coffee. I've got my coffee. This is a hot lava Java. Very interesting. Today's watch that we're reviewing is one of my beaters. Probably one of my cheapest watches in the collection. And it's the Casio MRW 200H. Bit of a classic. It's a classic. Our punchline's coming along nicely. One of my favourite beaters. And like I said, one of my cheapest. So this gets a bit of a beating doing different jobs around the house, sometimes in work, because if this breaks for any reason, easy to replace, cheap, and the selection of colourings and options is absolutely brilliant. So without any hesitation or any thinking about stuff, let's start looking at this bad boy. So then, the Casio MRW 200H. As I always say, it's a classic. One of my beaters. I wear this for doing jobs around the house if I'm not doing anything, you know, ultra nice, going out anywhere. Like I said, it's one of my casual watches and quite a favourite of mine. It's about £29 in the shops. Yeah. Good for the price, to be brutally honest. Packed with character and functionality. Comes in loads of different colours as well. So if you have a look on Amazon and eBay, all the different colours. There's blues, whites, reds, yellows for the face. You can even get one with a metal bracelet, which is quite an interesting one. With many Casios being digital, this has been touted as a 3-hand analog on the box. And on the analog manual, one of 25 modules. And this is being the 5125, which is first on the list. The dial obviously is a black printed with a white numerals and markers. Again, for the cost, this dial is packed with character and detail. 4 different fonts are used on the dial, not counting the day, date, wheels, and it works. Quite an interesting one really for the price. The 12-hour track is large and legible with a simple bowl front with a lot of curve and appeal. A smaller 24-hour track in a more standard font that matches the water resistant of 100 meters. So good for the rain, showers. Yeah, and if you want to go deep sea diving, it's up to you. You obviously got the Casio logo on the front and then the quartz in all caps in a different font. Each stand out in its own way and they work well together. I also like how the day and date window is framed in white. I found a couple of surprises when I picked up the watch and started interacting with it. First, I did not expect the bezel to actually rotate. Many watches in this price range have fake bezels, that is, they do not rotate. Second, it has both English and French for the day, with Sunday in red. Most parts of the casing is done in China. The movement is Japanese, specifically the Miyota 2305. Cracking little watch. Now the watch is not very tall for a plastic diver, 11.72 millimeters, and look great on a bare arm. I say bare. I got a little bit of hair, that's not gonna lie. It's shorter than many steel divers, though most higher end diving watches are automatic as opposed to a quartz. Still, it wears very comfortable due to its dimensions and resin strap. I have a very thin wrist, probably one of the smallest wrists on YouTube, and it looks, to be honest, it looks the part on my wrist. I really like it. Another feature of this low-costed analog watch, the hands are loomed. It may not be the best loom, but it works. The second hand even has a triangle tip that adds to the fun. After some testing, it fades quickly and is gone about 10 to 15 minutes, but you know, hey, some is better than none, isn't it? On the wrist you can see, small wrist, but it looks an absolute beast. Now, with a mass production watch such as this, plenty of slots exist in the strap to fit plenty of wrists. Now, the strap it comes with is a resin, extremely lightweight. I think it's about 39 grams, the watch in total. But as I said, it does come with a plastic one. I've swapped it over for a NATO. This was my attempt at trying a NATO, and I absolutely adore this watch on a NATO. The only issue with the NATO is this watch is so small that I had to get an 18mm NATO, which is a little bit restricting. When you have a look around, it's usually 20 to 22mm. So your choices of NATO straps are a little bit short, the lack of colours and that because of the size. So it's an 18mm NATO, but I think the watch looks absolutely brilliant on a NATO, much better than the resin band, which to be honest looks like it could break quite easily. As you'll see, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful on that NATO. Now, sure, with one of these cheaper watches, after time, it's going to take wear and tear. But to be honest, I think this is one of these watches where after time it will look better than when you have it new. You know, when it's looking rough and raw and stuff like that. I'm getting there slowly with a NATO strap as well. I think it'll like the real part. And as I said, if I get any major scratches or major breakages with this, go on eBay, go on Amazon and replace it, maybe with a different color or maybe with exactly the same one and pop the strap on. I am searching around for the 18mm NATO straps with a little bit of color, you know, instead of the black, but this was just a little tester to start off. I'm perfectly happy with this as a beater. You know, I enjoy using it. It's a bit of fun on my wrist as well, that's the most important thing with watches, is having a bit of fun, to be honest. So I think this is anyone who's collecting Casios, the cheaper end watches. Personally, I think this is one of the watches you need to have in your collection. It doesn't matter which color. I just think get one of the Casio MRW 200s in your watch box for fun. I might even get some more colors. I'm not too sure yet. But guys, as I always say, this is a classic, the Casio MRW 200H. Get it in your collection. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build something here for a little bit of fun for watch collectors out there, and maybe you'll learn some things as well. Maybe you'll be influenced to buy some watches, or maybe you can comment on my videos and help me out finding some classic watches. There's more videos to come of all my my watches. I've got an Instagram page as well, Watches with Coffee. Let's do this, guys. Let's become this group. Let's become this monster and enjoy ourselves. The Casio MRW 200H. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have. I'll see you very soon for some more watches on Watches with Coffee. Much love.